Let me ask you something. If you were walking through a desert and saw a human body coming toward you, but there was no head, and the face was staring at you from the middle of its chest, would you believe your eyes? Because ancient explorers swore this creature was real. They called them the blemmyae. According to Greek and Roman writers, the blemmyae were a tribe of headless people living in Africa. No neck, no head. Their eyes, nose, and mouth were all positioned on their chest. Imagine that for a second. When they looked at you, it felt like their entire body was staring. Some descriptions say they were strong warriors. Others say they were silent and intimidating, just standing there watching. Now here's what makes this particularly unsettling. This wasn't just one isolated myth. Multiple ancient writers described them in remarkably similar ways. And even during the Middle Ages, maps still showed drawings of headless men living at the edge of the known world. People genuinely believed that if you traveled far enough, you would find them. Think about how deeply disturbing their appearance really is. No head to read emotions from. No normal eye contact, just a face where the heart should be. It breaks our brain. If this creature disturbed you, then you are definitely not ready for what's coming next.
Ah! Run for your lives!
It's right behind us!
The Grootslang is one of the strangest monsters in all of mythology. It is said to have the massive body of a serpent, but the head of an elephant. Just imagine that combination, a gigantic snake body, powerful enough to crush anything in its path, and an elephant's head complete with enormous tusks. According to legend, it could grow to incredible sizes, large enough to dominate entire cave systems. And that is exactly where people believed it lived, deep inside the caves of the Richtersveld Mountains in South Africa. The story says the Grootslang was created when the gods first made animals, but they made a terrible mistake. They accidentally gave one creature too much power. The strength and intelligence of an elephant combined with the size and flexibility of a giant serpent. Realizing the creature was far too dangerous, the gods tried to correct their mistake by separating elephants and snakes into two different animals. But one Grootslang had already escaped, and it disappeared into the caves, waiting. But here is where the legend gets even more interesting. People believe the Grootslang guarded massive treasure hoards, deep inside its cave, and diamonds, precious stones, and shiny objects. Explorers actually searched for these caves, hoping to find the treasure. But the stories carried an important warning. If you ever entered the Grootslang's cave, you had to offer it gems or precious stones as tribute. Otherwise, you might never come out again. Now imagine walking into one of those caves and slowly realizing that something enormous might be sharing that darkness with you. Imagine walking alone through a deep forest at night. The trees are tall, the wind moves quietly through the branches, and suddenly you feel like something is following you. So you stop and slowly turn around, but there is nothing there. Just trees, just shadows. But the strange feeling does not go away, because according to an old North American legend, something might actually be there, something called the Hidebehind. The Hidebehind is one of the strangest creatures in American folklore. It lives deep in forests and waits for people who wander too far from safety. But the reason it is called the Hidebehind is because of one terrifying ability. It always hides behind things. Behind trees, behind rocks, behind anything that blocks your view. And the moment you try to look directly at it, it quickly moves out of sight. No matter how fast you turn your head, you never actually see the creature, only the feeling that something is there. This legend became popular among lumberjacks in North America. These were workers who spent long months cutting timber deep in remote forests, far from towns and people. Many of them told stories about co-workers who mysteriously disappeared during the night. And when people asked what happened, the answer was always the same. The Hidebehind got them. According to the stories, the creature despised humans and would silently stalk anyone who was alone in the woods, patiently waiting for the perfect moment to strike. If you have enjoyed this video so far and want more interesting content like this, make sure to subscribe. It only takes a second, and I have got plenty of amazing ideas coming your way.